What is up guys, this is Tito back with another video on the POCO F5 5G, and today in this video I'm going to be showing you the latest EvolutionX ROM, and this is based on Android 14. This is the EvolutionX version 8.0.2, the 10th November 2023 build. When I'm shooting this video it's 10th November, and let me tell you one thing, that I have been receiving multiple different updates, almost like 4 to 5 updates each day on the test build versions. Those were not official versions, there were bugs and stuff, and some of the builds did not even boot properly. So those issues has been completely fixed right now, as those were test builds. But this is the first, you can say, official beta or like kind of stable build already with this particular update. And yes, you can try this ROM right now on your POCO F5 and your experience will be amazing. It may not be super perfect because again, this is an Android 14 build, you have to remember, and the overall experience will be improving with every update. But as of today, this is one of the most perfect Android 14 ROM for the POCO F5, I have to say, that I have been using pretty much. And if you're noticing the notes right here, it shows has Leica camera, has BCR call recording, and play integrity and SafetyNet passed by default. Let me talk about flashing. Well, to flash this particular ROM, you need SKK kind of latest TWRP recovery. I'll link that below in the description. Just use that particular TWRP recovery and you can watch the old kind of flashing guide for the POCO F5. And with that already you can flash this particular ROM with the same method that we use, like boot into TWRP recovery, format the data, just go to install, flash the ROM and just reboot to system. That's pretty much it. And the flashing procedure is really similar to how it was previously, so I'm not showing you that. But if you don't know at all how to flash this particular ROM, you can check out the flashing guide from the description. Now in the Android version section, this is how it looks like. We have the EvolutionX logo up top still. We have the Android version as 14, and this is the Android 14's Easter egg. If you just click or like tap and hold on this, you will get the UFO of Android 14. Just notice, yeah, right there we got the UFO, and this is pretty much a game, you can say. The EvolutionX version shows as 8.0.2 again, and the code name is Tron for Marble or the POCO F5, and this is the official build. The security patch that you are getting is latest of November 1st, 2023 as of right now, so that's just huge. We have the stock kernel as the 5.10.199 silver core kernel. The build maintainer is of course Joe, and the build date right here you can see November 10th build. And here in the system settings we already get a system updater. I think it will be working in the future updates. Now again, in the system settings we also get a system UI tuner as of right now. There is the status bar kind of thing. We'll also get these kind of settings in the customization panel as well. I'll show you that later, but here let me show you, we already get the gestures, and right here we have the quickly open camera. That's really awesome. And we have the navigation mode as well. If you go into the gesture settings, we get the pill length and the pill radius customization, and this is the maximum you can make it. We have the navigation hand and the back gesture height, and there is the back gesture animation. And the haptic feedback, we have the swipe to invoke assistant as well, and this is actually working. As you can see, we have the left edge, right edge customization, everything is working fine. We also have the 2 button and 3 button navigation. If you go into the settings, we have the hold for assistant and stuff like that. Let me go back. We have the lift to check phone, but this lift to check phone is actually just goes into the lock screen while you lift the phone. The one-handed mode, let me actually re-enable it, and here if I just pull here, as you can see, for me it's not really working. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. But yeah, the one-hand mode may not work properly as of right now. Maybe with future updates it will be fixed, but as of right now, as you can see, it doesn't work. That's fine. Let me just go back. We have the press and hold power button action and the swipe rock screenshot that is actually working. We have the share, edit, delete, and the Google Lens, and also the capture mode will appear when it's needed. We have the quick torch as well, and it is actually working. You can set the timer up to 10 minutes of the torch. Then the prevent tracking option is also there. Now let's talk about the home screen. This is how it looks like. To the left of the home screen, we get the Google's Discover page. It is very smooth. Everything is running on 120 Hz, no problems. And the animations over here are just buttery smooth. No problems whatsoever that you will face. Just notice how smooth the animations are of Android 14. And even if you open an app and close it just like this, just notice how smooth this is. So yeah, overall I would say of Android 14, the animations are just much better. And just notice one thing, like earlier in Android 13, whenever you clicked on the Google search bar, it will take a lot of time to actually get the search results and stuff. But here it's much quicker. I'll tap here and just notice it's right there. I'll tap here and then again it's just right there. So this is just very fast, and you can just search any app that you are willing to. Let me just search. As you can see, the Telegram app popped up right there. So this is huge, that like everywhere, the searching and stuff, everything, it's just buttery smooth experience on Android 14, and I just love it. And even the clock widget and stuff, all these animations, the battery widget, everything is working fine. Just notice how smooth this animation is. and even the subscriber account widget that I have added is also working perfectly fine. Now let's talk performance. Yes, with the test UFO website, as you can see in here, you will see 120 FPS all the time. So in games, whichever games support 120 Hz, it will support it, no problems. And as you can see, zooming and unzooming in the websites, no problems with that. And if I open Twitter and if I go to the top, just notice the scrolling, it's just perfectly smooth. If I go home and open Play Store or something like that, just notice, and I can just switch between apps very fast, no problems whatsoever. Everything in this particular ROM, it's just buttery smooth experience. You can go into the split screen, freeform, and the pause app option. And there is the screenshot and the select option in the recents panel. And if you go all the way to the left, you can clear all the apps from here. And here are the Android 10 GB score with a CPU stress test to get you an idea about the overall daily driving performance of this ROM. And I was just impressed to see that it crossed 1 million mark, 1.1 million of Antutu score. That's just huge. By the way, I have a 8 GB RAM unit, not even 12 GB RAM unit. Swiping down anywhere in the home screen will get you to the quick setting panel, and this is how it looks like, and the notification panel you can see. And in the light theme, the notification panel will stay light and the quick setting panel will stay dark normally. In EvolutionX ROM, that's how it is. Of course, if you turn on dark theme, yes, the pitch black theme and stuff, everything is working fine now, no need to worry about it. But with the dark theme, the quick setting panel and the notification shade, everything will turn dark, no need to worry about that. And by the way, if you're wondering which launcher is this, well, this is a Pixel launcher that you are getting as of right now. This is not the EvolutionX launcher which you used to get in Android 13, but that's how it is. We get the overdue session and the normal session disabling option are there, so you can do normal things. But double tap to sleep anywhere in the home screen is not there, but it is there in the status bar. As you can see, double tap to sleep is working perfectly fine. Let me just unlock the device. I don't know why the wallpaper turned black for that moment. In the quick setting panel, we get the look like this, and in the power menu, I have the advanced reboot enabled, so I can directly reboot to the recovery and fast boot from right here. It looks like this. Let me show you the quick setting panel now. We have the Wi-Fi toggle or the internet toggle, you can say, and everywhere the animations and stuff, it's just buttery smooth, no problems. We have the flashlight just like this, and we have the Bluetooth toggle right there. It shows the Bluetooth battery, auto rotate, you can turn it on or off from here, and the night light, Google Home controls. Then the battery saver screen recorder is also there. We have the HEVC option and all other features like the device audio and microphone audio recording at the same time for the screen recording. The data saver is there, the dark theme, hotspot, the always on display toggle you also get. We have the ambient display, heads up, do not disturb, and the nearby share. We have the sound toggle and the extra dim and the airplane mode. You can edit and add even more toggles if you want. You can notice all the toggles from here. So if you don't want to use this internet toggle separately, you can just disable that, or you can just like move it away. Right now I have the Wi-Fi and mobile data toggle separately, so this is great. For some reason the quick setting panel's battery icon looks a little bit pink, but overall I have changed the icons and stuff. You will notice it looks great, and with a 5G, as you can see, it shows the 5G logo right there. By the way, while placing a call, this is how it looks like, as this has a Google dialer, and here we have the record, video call, etc. options. But let me actually show you, we also have this like VCR, but it is failing to record the calls. I have the battery optimization enabled, then the call recording enabled, auto call recording rules and stuff, all those things are there. And the output directory, let's just change the directory again, use this folder, allow. Everything I just reset of this output directory. Now let's just place a call one more time. As you can see, this notification comes which says failed to record call. As you can see again, failed to record call. So the BCR call recording as of right now, I think it's not working. It shows internal kind of error, but maybe in future it will work. As of right now, you can use Google's recording option. Yeah, that will announce it. In case you are wondering about the 5G speeds, let me actually show you. It is actually giving me about like 800 or 1000 megabits per second almost all the time. So this is great download speeds with 5G that I'm getting. No issues with 5G that I have faced on Android 14. I'll talk about the stock camera. Of course, we have the Leica camera present by default, so that's great. But let's talk about the lock screen, shall we? For that, I'll just go and double tap to sleep. And here, this is how it looks like in the lock screen. It looks very beautiful, this clock and stuff. And here the fingerprint scanner is of course working fine. Now let me show you the pick up or lift to check phone. Yes, I just locked the device. If I just pick it up, as you can see, it goes into that lock screen. The ambient display kind of wake up gesture is not yet there. So in the display settings, you just go to the lock screen settings, and in here just disable the lift to check phone if you don't want that. Now let me just re-enable the always on display, and here with always on display, this is how it looks like. And double tapping to wake and sleep, both are working perfectly fine. And just notice the animation and stuff of the clock looks very beautiful. And if you want to change the clock, go to the wallpapers and styles. From here, go to the lock screen, and you can just change the clock from right here. Whichever clock you want to use, you can just select that. And here, let me show you. Yeah, I mean in the always on display looks like this. And here in the lock screen, it looks like this. The animation of the lock screen clock font definitely looks amazing in Android 14. That, like, I have to say. and the fingerprint scanner speed and stuff, everything is working perfectly fast. No problems whatsoever that I have faced. Just notice the animations, it just feels like a Pixel device. But with this particular lock screen clock, let me actually talk about one thing. Do not click on this lock screen clock color and size. If you do that, it may force close. I have changed that earlier, so let me actually show you how to fix that if you do that. So let's just select to this one, and right now as you can see it has force closed, and right now if I try to change this clock color, it will force close just like this. So this is an Android 14's known bug as of right now for most devices. As you can see right now in the lock screen, you will see that color. But yeah, whichever clock you set, it will be in this particular color. So you cannot really change that. Well, to fix that, go to the wallpapers and styles, go to the lock screen and just choose the default clock. This is the default clock, I guess. And if you go here, if you change to default, then it will be on default color. Now you can again change the clock fonts to the different like Android 14 fonts if you want. So if I choose this one, and right now in the always on display looks like this, and in the lock screen looks like this. So yeah, definitely you can use it right now, no problems with that. And if I go into that clock color settings again, it won't force close on me. These are minor things that you need to keep in mind. And while I talked about the like fingerprint scanner kind of things, let me tell you that in the device unlock, there is only the fingerprint scanner option. There is no face unlock option as of right now. And there is the scramble pin layout and stuff if you need those features. But yeah, no face unlock, no app lock over here as of today. But yeah, they will be added in the future updates, don't worry. But as of right now, you will only get the fingerprint scanner locking and unlocking. As you can see, it works perfectly fine. No problems with the fingerprint scanner unlocking speed. It's very snappy and fast, no problems with that. And in terms of stock wallpapers, I just forgot to show you, yes, in the wallpapers and styles, you will get these more wallpaper options. And in here, you will get the minerals option. And these are the options that you will get. Come Alive options are also there. You can download them and apply them. AI wallpapers are also there, so you can just select and you can just generate a wallpaper from here, as you can see. And you need internet to actually get this feature working. This is depending on AI, of course. Let me just go back. We have the emoji workshop options and the living universe, the old kind of living universe wallpapers are there of Pixel. Then we also have the community lens and stuff, all these wallpapers that you are seeing from here. But let me tell you, I have been using a Fresh Walls app. This is what I have been liking. Pretty much looks pretty dope to me at least. Now let's talk about the cameras. Well, you are getting this Leica camera version 5 that you used to get in Android 13. So it is working perfectly fine. Mostly new features like the dynamic shots, the macro mode, everything. And you can get these kind of options by just swiping down. And with swiping up, you will get the panorama, the vlog, short film, the slow motion, and the movie effect, super moon. All these kind of features are there if you need those. And in the video settings, there is up to 4K and 60 fps shooting option in case you want that. As you can see, it is working fine. And even the ultra wide angle lens, it's working. 1x, 2x, every mode is working perfectly fine. If you go into the documents mode, yes, you can take enhanced pictures with the documents mode, and there is a pro mode as well. If you want to shoot pro mode videos in 4K 60 fps for some reason, you definitely can. There is a 64 megapixel mode as well, and in the portrait mode, the front camera, let me actually show you. Yeah, that is actually working perfectly fine, no problems whatsoever. I'll show you some samples right now to get you an idea about the overall camera quality. So that's a really good thing that the Leica camera or the MIUI camera optimization is actually working fine even today on this very early Android 14 build, and I'm just glad to see a MIUI camera or Leica camera present by default on this particular ROM. Now let me show you in the battery settings. This is how it looks like. We already have the battery percentage right here and this battery bar of Android 14, and thermal profiles, you can set thermal profile to benchmark, browser, camera, dialer, gaming, streaming, etc. options. Let me go back. We have the battery usage, battery saver, battery optimization per app you can do. Then we also have the battery temperature and the battery health. Well, earlier it used to show in image, but right now it shows in percentage. Right now for my device, for some reason, the battery health actually shows as 89%, which is not great because this is a new device. It should not be lower than 90%. But yeah, that's how it is as of today, because even in Accu battery, I have tested the battery life thoroughly. Well, right here, I would say yes, these all are estimated numbers. But still, the battery life that I'm getting here, it's just amazing. Let me show you the screen on time here. It shows as estimated 10 hours and 54 minutes, which is about like 11 hours of screen on time. That's just amazing. We also have the screen off of about 64 hours and 42 minutes, or you can say 65 hours of standby time. And even the combined use, it shows 15 hours because I use the device heavily. I have also seen like 11 plus hours of screen on time right here. The battery life is just awesome with Android 14. In the health section right here, we'll also have the battery health because I have charged it like fully from 40 to 100% almost for about 3 times. Here it shows 3 sessions, and depending on that, it shows my battery health is about 92%. And let me tell you, the fast charging over here is actually working perfectly fine. No need to worry about fast charging on this particular ROM. And one thing I just noticed or figured it out in the dev check app, well, you can download this particular app from Play Store, and in case you want to see your battery cycle, just check with your device if it's working. Here it actually shows the charging cycle. Charging cycle kind of things are not yet there in the battery settings of this particular ROM, but of course they will be added, I think, in the future updates. And we can see the charging cycle of my device is about 203 charging cycle passed. So with that, you can guess the battery life of 10 plus hours. It's just really awesome with Snapdragon 7 Plus Gen 2 pretty much, in my personal opinion. Also in the display settings, we have the brightness level right here. We have the adaptive or auto brightness, the extra dim, and in the lock screen, we get the shortcuts, the double line clock, always show time and info is the always on display. We have the use device controls. This is for the Google Home controls. Let me go back. We have the screen timeout up to 30 minutes. Then we also have the screen attention in case you want to use that. And we also have the dark theme right here. You can enable it from here. We have the display size and text option. We have the font size, the bold text option and stuff. You can enable or disable. It's very fast. It's not like taking that much time what it used to in Android 13. We have the small width and the night light kind of features. Schedule it from right here, and we have the start and end time, and you can change the intensity of the night light. Then the live display option is there, the color calibration of the screen, the RGB control you can set from right here. Let me go back. We have the colors. You can set it to natural, boosted, saturated, and adaptive. And we have the auto rotate screen. Then the minimum and maximum refresh rate you can change from right here. You can change it to 60 or 120 if you want. And the low power refresh rate is also there. There is a pocket mode as well. Let me just quickly test that. So if I just wake up the device. Okay, so as you can see, the touch is not working. As you can see, it shows this pocket mode kind of error. So yeah, I would say pocket mode is actually working. No need to worry about that. We have the screensaver, then the allow window level blurs, the double tap to wake, and the full screen apps and the wake up on plug right here. You can disable any option that you don't like. Now in the sound and vibration settings, we have the media call ring, etc. volume controls. By the way, the volume panel looks like this. It may sometimes appear a little bit distant from each other. Like sometimes the expanded volume panel appears like this, like one volume panel here, one here. So that thing I have seen, but right now I would say it's not happening. So in case the volume panel like bugs out, don't worry guys, this is still an early build. It will be fixed in the future updates. But normally you can put the phone into vibrate or silent from here. And earlier we were getting a little bit of haptic feedback all the time, even when I have the phone on mute. But right now that thing is not happening. So yeah, that's just great. We have the do not disturb, phone ringtone, smart pause, and we have the vibration and haptics right here. You can change the touch feedback, media vibration, etc. We have the ringtone vibration pattern changing option from right here. Then we have the default like notification tones and stuff you can change. We have the dial pad tone, screen locking sound, charging sound, etc. Screenshot sound, you can disable it if you want. Power up volume control you can enable. There is no Mi audio direct as of right now, or even Dolby Atmos. But yes, then again, it will be added in the future updates, I guess. But the clear speaker option is there. That's just great to see. Now that is pretty much it about the settings. Now let's talk about the basic things. Yes, the SafetyNet passes right out of the box over here, so banking apps will not be a problem on this ROM. The DRM info comes as L1. Netflix or Amazon Prime videos can be streamed in 1080p, no problems. The IR Blaster also works perfectly fine, no need to worry. And the Google Photos does offer the unlimited photos and videos backup, so that's just great to see in this particular ROM that we are already getting all these features in Android 14. Now, in terms of customization, well, there aren't much, but even now, I would say it's plenty amount of customization which are present. In the Evolver settings, if you go into the themes, we'll get the dark theme. If you enable it, we will get the pitch black theme and stuff. They are working fine. We have the headline and body fonts. Just notice plethora of fonts are already here. There is the N.57. This is the like nothing font you can say. You can definitely use it if you want. Then we have the icon packs, and these are the options. Then we also have the Wi-Fi icon styles, and these are the options for that. The nothing.style, Expedia, Akeras, all these things are there. And in the icon shapes, these are the options. Again, plethora of options are already here. We have the brightness slider style changing option as well, and these are the options. We also have the navbar styles, and these are the options that you are already getting. Back to the signal icons, and just notice how many options are already here in Android 14. And this is just a breeze to see that we are getting all these customizations already on Android 14. Even in the data icon styles, you can actually change it with these many icon options. I have been using this number 5, but you can go for any option from here. In the status bar, we have the clock and date style, and you can change it, and the like font stuff you can of course change from right here. And we have the battery styles. Yes, there are no iOS 16 style in terms of the status bar battery icon, but as of today you are getting the icon landscape and this circle, dotted circle, etc. options. That's pretty much plenty for me at least. But very soon those iOS 16 styles and stuff will be added in the future. No worries. And we have the battery percentage. These are the options for that. And we have the battery bar right here. This battery bar is also working perfectly fine, no problems. We have the status bar icons, and these are the system UI kind of tuner icons which are already here. Let me go back. We have the notification count. The Bluetooth battery status is also showing up. No problems. We have the mic camera privacy, then the show data disabled icon, and the 4G icon instead of LTE is already there. In the notifications, we have the heads up. You can use it or like enable it if you want. We have this reticker and the app colored background. You can enable it if you want. In-call vibrations and the notification light options are also there per app. Then we have the quick setting panel customization. We have the hide label text, and the vertical layout. Then the battery styles and stuff on the quick setting panel you can change. We have the quick pull down as well. Then we have the brightness slider style again for the quick setting panel. And we also have the brightness slider position. You can have it on show always. Then the position you can change it to bottom if you want. We have the auto brightness icon, animation style. Then we also have the clear all notification button in case you need that. We have the disable power menu on lock screen, and we also have the advanced reboot option. Then the device controls are also there. In the button section, we have the navigation mode. We have the show arrow keys, then the compact layout, invert layout, and the show volume panel on the left side, volume panel timeout, and the per app volume control. And we also have the control playback, volume steps, etc. In the gestures, we have the brightness control, then the click trick partial screenshot, double tap to sleep, and the normal system gesture settings, which are already there in system. In the lock screen, we have the ambient wake gesture, ambient music ticker, edge lighting, and the lock screen clock fonts are already here. To actually use these kind of clock fonts, you need to set the clock beforehand to the default option in the wallpapers and styles. Make sure you do that, then these clocks will be working. But I don't think many people will be using these clocks because Android 14 clocks just looks much more better. Plethora of options that you are still getting over here. That's a really good thing to see. We have the media cover art, then the ripple effect, fingerprint authentication, and error vibration. And in the animations, we have the charging animation, the screen off animation is there. The CRT animation and stuff, well, these are not really working, but yeah, they will be working in the future updates maybe. But the normal charging animation is working. In the miscellaneous settings, we have the game space. You can add any game that you are willing to. And of course, the overlay and stuff with like FPS seeing option, everything will be working. We have the smart pixels right here, and you can enable this burn-in protection if you want. We have the brightness slider, haptic feedback, the volume bar, haptic feedback, then the pulse, yes, the nav bar, lock screen, and the ambient. Every pulse option is working. No need to worry. We have the unlimited Google photo storage, unlock hide FPS in games, and the Netflix spoof. All these kind of settings are there. We have the jitter and the ignore Windows secure flags, and the allow application downgrade, and the USB configuration. You can set it to file transfer for convenience. That will work. So let me know down there in the comments what do you guys think about the latest EvolutionX ROM based on Android 14. I think this is one of the best things that happened to the POCO F5, but we need a little bit more time, I guess, to get the most perfect experience. But as of right now, even today, I would say this is a totally daily drivable experience that we are getting on the EvolutionX's Android 14 on the POCO F5. Thank you so much for watching this video. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe to the channel if you have not yet. This is Tito from KTNTECH signing off for today, and I'll be catching you guys in the next one. Bye bye now.